friends, welcome to Electronic Circuit Hub. So today we are going to understand about the design and simulation of MOSFET gate driver by using discrete components, by using the passive component resistor and then the Zener diode and diode. Let us understand how you're going to design the MOSFET gate driver by using the passive or discrete components. Discrete components I'm using here 2N and PN transistor as well. So let us first understand how this circuit works, how you're gonna design the MOSFET gate driver, and how you're gonna simulate this, how the waveform looks. Okay, so let us say you have the V2 which is 24 volt, and you want to drive your load with the 24 volt DC voltage. And for this simulation purpose, I took the value of resistor. I took here the resistive load which is 1k, but in place of the resistive load you can use an inductive load. You can use also, you can use inductive load, you can use the uh, DC motor. Let's say you can use the DC motor. And in case if you are using any inductive load, if you are using any inductive load, I would recommend you to connect one freewheeling diode. Okay, I would recommend you to connect the freewheeling diode. Otherwise, based on your current requirement, you can connect your freewheeling diode. Otherwise it is going to mess you, your MOSFET might get damaged. So I'll recommend you to use one freewheeling diode. if you are using if you are using any kind of inductive load or DC motors. Let us say you want to operate a DC motor which is rated with 24 volt DC. Okay, if you want to operate your DC motors or any inductive use, it's better to use the freewheeling diode. Even if you have the resistive load, let's say, even if you have the resistive load and you have the cable length, let's say your resistive load is connected with the cable length of harness, with the harness of 1 meter, let's say 1 meter, then even then I would recommend to use one freewheeling diode to suppress the back EMF coming from the parasitic elements, that is the wire harness inductance. Okay, so you can use here inductive load, you can use here the DC motors, and based on that you have to select the MOSFET voltage rating, the VDS rating, and the MOSFET IDS rating, and also the value of RDS on. While selecting the MOSFET, you have to take care of these parameters. Okay, now let us go back at the input side. And at the input side, if you look at, this is simple voltage divider. R1 is 15k and R2 is 9k, and here I have used one NPN transistor. This is my NP. Q1 is NPN transistor, and the base of NPN transistor is connected via 4.7 current limiting resistor, that is 4.7k. And this is my pulse. And let us understand, let us assume this pulse is coming from your microcontroller unit. Okay, so that means you are controlling your load with the microcontroller. You are controlling your load with the microcontroller, right? You do not have the hard on. Okay, you do not have the hard on or short on. It is being controlled by the microcontroller. And then after the Q1, if you look at, I have the R5 register, and here I have connected one Zener diode. Okay, this is the Zener diode. And again Q2 transistor, the base value of Q2 transistor is what, 4.7k. And here if you look at between this, the base and emitter, I have connected one Schottky diode. This is one diode D2, and then I have one current limiting resistor to the MOSFET, the MOSFET gate resistance. And here I have, let's say, inductive load or resistive load or DC motors, etc., and the freewheeling diode. Now let us under, why do I need the Zener diode here? I want to fix the MOSFET gate driving voltage. And if I use here the Zener diode, your MOSFET gate driving voltage, because once your Q2 is on, once your Q2 is on, so what is going to happen here is your voltage across the Q2, and if you use the Zener diode, it has to be 12 volt, which we will see across MOSFET gate to source. And if you change the Zener breakdown voltage 12 to 15 volt or 12 to 9 or 10 volt, That's what the same voltage you're gonna see across MOSFET gate to source. That means this Zener diode is to provide the stable gate to source volt, which is 12 volt. Okay, and R5 is the current limiting register for D1, and for Q2, R5 and R4 is the current limiting register. Now let us understand first theoretically how this circuit works, and then I'll run the simulation and I'm gonna show you the waveform. Okay, so let's say this is being controlled by the microcontroller, your microcontroller, and if I right click on it, so what you see here is initially you will see the 5 volt, and initially you see the 5 volt, and after the initialization, once your microcontroller get initialized, that means your voltage is going to be zero. Your voltage is going to be zero. If your here voltage is going to be zero, let's say, initially if it is high means this q1 is working, and if the q1 is working, that means your q2 is not working, and if your q2 is not working, there is a no pulse or there is no voltage across MOSFET gate to source. What does it means? It means that your MOSFET is also not operating, is not also not working. That means your load is not working. In case what happens is, in case if you pull this signal to low via microcontroller, what is going to happen is your gate will be your base is going to pull the low. That means pulled out low. That means your q1 is off this time, and if your q1 is off, you will see your q2 is on, and if the q2 is on, you're gonna see the voltage across MOSFET gate to source is going to be 12 volt. Let us run the simulation now, and let us see whatever I have explained now. If you see the waveform as per the tab not. So let me run the simulation, and you can have the tile window vertically. So this may be zoom fit, and let us see one by one so that you will understand what I meant to say here is, let us say the first column you have the the base signal, the signal coming out from the microcontroller. If you want, you can change the color, that's fine. And what is the second signal? Second signal is here. Let's say at this point, let me check what is the signal. So this is your second signal, and this is your, let's say, third signal, which is MOSFET gate to source. Okay, so what you see here is, what you see, let me add the fourth signal as well. This is MOSFET gate to source, and let me check now the MOSFET drain to source voltage. Let me check the current. That's fine. Let me check the current. So what you see here is, this is your base voltage, and the base voltage of your first transistor, that is Q1 transistor. And if you look at now, when your base is pulled to low, that means you see the voltage across at the base, at the Q2 base, you see the voltage, and you also see the drain to so the sorry the gate to source voltage of your MOSFET, the gate to source voltage of your MOSFET, which is when your Q1 base pulled low, you see gate to source voltage, and you're gonna see the drain current as well. Okay, you're gonna see drain current. So when your Q1 is not working, Q2 is working, and M1 is working, and when your q1 is working, q2 is not working, and your m1 is working, that is how you see the waveform, of your entire gate driver circuitry. So this circuit have not built in the production. If you want to build it, you can test, modify the components rating as per your requirement, and you are ready to use this kind of circuit simulation, this kind of circuit in your mass manufacturing. But very sure that you have tested it and you have selected all the component based on your design requirement. Thank you so much for watching this video.